Hey, what is going on guys? RvzStealth here, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my opinion on the best Disengage champions. So this is kind of a follow-up video to the previous one I did on best hard engage champions. If you haven't seen that one yet and you would like to, then I'll leave an annotation on the screen as well as a link in the description below. But with that being said, let's get into the video. So first up on my list is going to be a support, and that support is going to be Thresh. So overall, Thresh just has a really strong disengage kit. He's got his ultimate, his lantern, and his flay, which all provide really strong disengage. If his teammate does end up getting caught out, then he can just throw them his lantern and they can just grab that and come to safety. And I think that Thresh, his lantern, as long as you know how to position correctly as him in team fights, you can just allow your AD carry to play a lot more aggressive, because as long as you know that the Thresh on your team is going to position and throw you his lantern, if you do get caught out, then the AD carry can play a lot more aggressive, which is really nice. And he's also got his box, which just covers a really large radius, and it provides a really nice slow as well. So if his team does end up getting engaged on, he can just drop that down and he can back away. And if he does end up getting engaged on really close, then he can use his flay to knock the enemies off of his carry. So overall, Thresh just has a really strong disengage kit, and if you're looking for a good disengage support, I would definitely recommend trying him out. So next up is going to be a top or mid laner, and that champion is going to be Gangplank. So you guys might be a little bit surprised about this one, but I think that if you need to fill the role or if you need a disengaged champion to round out your team comp, then I definitely think that Gangplank provides a pretty strong disengage kit for the top or the mid lane. His ultimate provides the really nice AoE slow, so you can just use that if your team does end up getting engaged on, and you can back off after that. And his barrels also provide a really big slow as well, so as long as you know how to play Gangplank correctly and you can use your barrels effectively in team fights, then you can peel off and you can disengage really nicely with him. So I think that if you are playing top or mid and you need to fill, or you need a disengaged champion, then I would definitely recommend playing Gangplank. Next up is going to be Gragas. So Gragas is one of the stronger disengaged junglers in the game, if not the best. His ultimate just provides such strong disengage, and if his team does end up getting engaged on, he just throws down his ultimate and he can completely reset a team fight. He can just knock the enemy off of his carries with his ultimate, and if that's not enough, he can throw down his Q to slow them after they're knocked away. So I think that if you're looking for a disengaged champion in the jungle, then Gragas is one of the top tier picks for sure. Next is going to be another support, and that support is Janna. So Janna, I think her disengage is definitely a little bit stronger than Thresh when it comes to just pure disengage, because she's got her ultimate, which can completely reset a fight, and as long as you can position correctly in team fights as Janna, it's going to be really hard for the enemies to end up engaging on your back line. You've got your ultimate and you've also got your Q, and if that's not enough, then you have your W after that to slow them. So overall, Janna just has a really strong disengage kit. If your team doesn't have any engage though, then I would recommend picking Thresh instead of Janna. But if you've got good engage from the top lane and from the jungle or from a different role, and you just need like a disengaged champion to round out your team comp, I would definitely recommend playing Janna. And to round out the top 5 for this video, I have Azir. I think that Azir, if you're looking for a champion to fill the disengage role in the mid lane, I would recommend playing Azir for sure. He's got one of the stronger disengage kits in the game for a mid laner, mainly because of his ultimate. His ultimate can completely reset a fight, and if you do end up getting caught out as Azir, your team ends up getting caught out, then you can just throw down your ultimate, reset the fight, and then you can re-engage after that. His ultimate can block off certain areas like Baron and Dragon. It can completely block off a certain area of the map. So I think that as long as you can use your ultimate in the right situation as Azir, then he can be a really strong disengaged champion. And a few honorable mentions for this video include Nunu, Bard, and Brom. Nunu is also he's also another strong disengaged jungler. If you don't feel like playing Gragas, then Nunu is going to be up there in priority when it comes to disengaged junglers, that's for sure. His ultimate provides some really nice disengage because it's a large AoE slow, so if his team does end up getting engaged on, he can just use that to stop the enemies from getting to his back line. And then if they do end up getting through his ultimate, he can use his E to slow them even more. So overall, Nunu just has a very strong disengaged kit. So for Bard, I think he is a little bit harder to play than someone like a Janna or a Thresh. However, he does provide some really strong disengage. For example, if an enemy is charging at you like a Hecarim or someone who's got really strong movement speed, you could throw down your ultimate to stop them from engaging on your back line, and then you can just reevaluate the fight and you can just back off and reset for a little bit. So I do think that Bard does take more skill than some of the other champions. However, if you can use your ultimate in the right situations, it can definitely be a very game-changing ability. And to round out the honorable mentions, I have Brom. So Brom and Thresh, in my opinion, are two of the best disengage tank supports in the game. Brom provides really nice disengage with his ultimate as well as his Q. If the enemies do end up engaging on his backline, he just throws down his ultimate, it will knock the enemy up, and then they'll be slowed after that as well. So it's going to be really hard for the enemies to engage on your backline if you are playing as Brom, just due to his really strong disengage kit. So if you're looking for a tank to fill the disengage role for support, then I would recommend playing Brom. So that is all for the video, guys. If you enjoyed, then don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you have not already. So thanks for watching, guys. Have an awesome day, and I will see you in my next video.